Is Tuesday, April 7th, and this should be the beginning of the end of this, right? We should be coming to a close. Unless there's some sort of like rebuttal witnesses that the defense plans to call, I think that Gerhardt Konig taking the stand last week in his own defense is the end of this trial in more ways than one. And so what is left is we've got juror instruction, we've got closing arguments, and then we've got the jury going and deliberating and then coming back with a verdict. I suspect that the prosecutor spent the last 4 days writing down his succinct thoughts, rehearsing, practicing. He will come in. I think he will lay this out very clear. He'll go in chronological order. He will hit on every single point. I think his closing will probably be pretty close to being perfect. I wish I could say that I think the defense will have spent the same prep time, but I just don't think that's his style. His style is to just sort of riff, and so I suspect that's what he will do. He's going to try to use some saucy banter to try to make one last shot at wooing this jury, but I feel like I need to have a glass of wine because I feel like his closing arguments are going to be fucking dumpster fire. Now, before you ask, yes, they are actually allowed to object during somebody else's closing argument. They can. They almost always choose not to because it throws off the rhythm, and I think it irritates the jury. Like, you risk the jury getting pissed, but you also risk calling attention to whatever it is that you're objecting to. So really the only reason you would object is if someone says something that's just a complete lie or talks about evidence that hasn't even been put into record. Like, those things you have to correct. You have to correct them right away before it goes to the jury. You can't correct it later. It's got to be done right now. I think the prosecution's going to sit quietly and just watch this train wreck happen. Now, just like Gerhardt's testimony, and I said this in a previous video, like, when your enemy is showing you who they really are, you just let them go. Let them talk. Don't. And I think that didn't pay off for Gerhardt, right? He was allowed to just sort of ramble. And I think, personally, if I were in the jury, I'd be like, oh, this guy's a kook. So if his defense attorney does something similar in his closing argument, I think that seals it for the jury. You never know, I might be wildly surprised. I don't know how long this is gonna take, and I don't know if there will be disruptions and arguments and other things that happen along the way. I do think that there might be a motion this morning to dismiss. There almost always is. They walk in and they try to dismiss the whole thing. Now that we've heard the whole case, we move to dismiss, and the judge will deny that, and we go on about our way. But there could be some other technical things that happen along the way that delay this. I anticipate the jury getting this probably by, maybe tomorrow afternoon, Wednesday afternoon at the latest. And then I think they could deliberate, and I don't think they'll go another weekend without having a verdict. I think this will turn around pretty quickly, maybe in the matter of a couple of hours. My prediction is that the jury deliberates for less than 4 hours and he is found guilty. The jury will decide in probably just a matter of days, and we'll know how this all ends.